You're welcome back. This is NewsFile. It's your most authoritative news analysis platform. And here's my take. I title it, Top Lawmakers at GETFund for Constitution Studies. A favorite English jurist, Lord Denning, cautions that, quote, silence is not an option when things are ill done, unquote. It shouldn't be difficult to tell Speaker of Parliament that it was a serious gaffe, threatening to withdraw accreditation if journalists did not obey his directives on how they should conduct their profession in the House. It is equally easy to tell managers of GETFund that they do not have power to grant any form of scholarship. And I do this next week. I shall point to the plain law and the expressio unis ex exclusio alterials rule manifest in it, prohibiting GETFund from dealing with scholarships. The Speaker and leaders of the House who supported him are terribly wrong. Journalists do not go to the Legislative Assembly at his pleasure as his guests, as he told them and the world last week. Those helping him project this dangerous unconstitutionality must stop or get GETFund scholarship for a minute's lecture at GJA or by phone call to Professor Audrey Gajepo, even though one of her first-year students can handle this job. Citizens, by Articles 21 and 162, have both constitutional and fundamental human rights to information and to know through the media what their elected representatives do and what goes on in that house. Now, to say fundamental human rights is to say your birthrights. The Constitution only guarantees these rights. It does not give them. The preamble of the Constitution talks about, quote, natural and inalienable rights. That's exactly what they are. Again, the preamble notes that and re-emphasize in Article 1 that sovereignty resides in the people and that it is in their name and for their welfare that the powers of government are to be exercised. They elect the MPs, give them offices, homes, pay them, buy them cars, fuel them, and those who care to drive to that place to work. Then Article 162, while prohibiting censorship and any attempt to direct editorial discretion, mandates in a compelling fashion that the media must hold them, that's the MPs and Parliament, responsible and accountable to the people. First, never forget the people put you MPs in Parliament. The way to monitor how you exercise the power they have given you is through the media, without which, I mean a free media, there can be no democracy. Mr. Speaker, let them make their own editorial decisions covering opposition MPs. You, Professor of Political Science, know far better than I do that there is no meaning to this democracy without opposition. I skip portions and go to this very final part. The last thing we should ever encourage is any act that chips away the independence of a free and vibrant media. In 2011, the Council of Europe's Commissioner for Human Rights reminded us that, quote, too many nations around the world know that, like democracy, freedom of the media and freedom of speech do not come naturally and cannot be taken for granted. They must be constantly justified, constantly reaffirmed, and constantly strengthened. In the law and the media in Ghana, Professor Henrietta Mensah-Bonsu finds it critical to stress that, quote, the need to uphold the freedom of speech and expression is considered fundamental to democratic governance and the operations of a democratic society. Such protection ensures the nurturing and growth of a market in ideas, which guarantees the free flow of information from the governors to the governed and vice versa. So my take is available on my joyonline.com. Go read it because there's a lot that I didn't read out this morning.